Hi, my name is Alyssa Caudill, and I'm here from the Healthy Youth of Oklahoma Initiative as we discuss in our family workshop today about the idea of don't miss a beat. We'll figure out what that means as we go. All right, so first I want to start off by posing this question. What is the leading cause of death worldwide? Is it A, cancer, B, cardiovascular disease, or C, diabetes? So I'll give you a minute to think about that. So if you guessed B, cardiovascular disease, you would be correct. It's a major concern in the world today. It causes a lot of problems, and we're going to talk about that. First, we're going to watch this cute little video. What the heart does for the body. So those cute kids are learning about what the heart is and what it does. And we today will be doing similar things, just maybe a little bit more advanced than what they were learning. So first, so this is kind of what we're going to go over today. We want to talk about what is cardiovascular disease. And then we want to discuss things that increase our risk for heart disease. For that cardiovascular disease, which another name for it is heart disease. Also, we're going to learn ways to help improve ours and our family's hearts and help and reduce that risk. So we have cardiovascular disease, or also referred to as CVD. That's a acronym. So if I refer to it later in the presentation as CVD, you'll know what I'm talking about. It affects the heart or blood vessels, usually from a buildup of fatty deposits inside the arteries. There are 4 different types of CVD, including coronary heart disease, strokes and TIAs, which are like mini strokes, peripheral arterial disease, and aortic disease. All of these are complications from the buildup that occurs over time in our arteries. You are probably familiar with the coronary heart disease of angina, heart attacks, and heart failure that are all a result of the heart getting lower amounts of oxygen because of this buildup. Stroke and transischemic attacks, the TIAs, are another form of CVDs when the brain's oxygen supply is cut off by these fatty deposits. Peripheral arterial disease is a fancy way to say that the fatty deposits end up cutting off oxygen supply in the arteries that lead to the limbs. And lastly, aortic disease are when the aorta, which is the vessel that pumps the blood from the heart to the rest of the body, is affected by these fatty deposits. So cardiovascular disease puts a strain on our communities and individuals through the lower quality of life these individuals face, financial burdens, and premature death. Patients suffer mentally, physically, and financially from pain, medical bills, and more days missed at work because of their health. It is a major financial strain on individuals and our governments. The United States spends on cardiovascular disease roughly $219 billion each year in medical costs and loss of productivity due to death. The WHO So worldwide estimates 17.9 million people died of cardiovascular disease in 2016, which is 31% of all global deaths. In the United States alone, it is the leading cause of death. Each year, about 650,000 people, Americans, die from this disease. That is equal to about 2,300 deaths per day, or someone every 38 seconds. Just think about that. Every 38 seconds, someone dies from cardiovascular disease in our country. In our own state of Oklahoma, residents are currently at an even higher risk for heart disease than the average American. Oklahoma ranks 50th in the nation for deaths due to cardiovascular disease, and the numbers are continuing to rise. Recognizing the risk factors can help us to combat these statistics. Cardiovascular disease, they have known risk factors, including high blood pressure, smoking, high cholesterol, diabetes, inactivity, being overweight or obese, having a family history of CVD, having certain ethnic backgrounds, your age, gender, your diet, or excessive alcohol consumption. These can all factor into increased risk of CVD. Though several of these risk factors are more difficult to change, as we can't change our age or ethnic background, but many of these are ways we can make small changes regularly to make a bigger difference. When I say we can't change our age, we can't change how many days we have lived, but we may be able to change our heart's age. Watch this clip to see what I mean. Okay, so now we have an understanding of how we can make improvements in our own health. Let's think of those in our family that can help, that can use this information. Maybe your spouse or parent or a sibling. What about our children? So question. So I mentioned the children. Can they use this information? So a true or false? Think for a second. Cardiovascular disease, it's a adult disease, right? So do your children need to worry about it? True or false? Sorry, I phrased that wrong. So my children don't need to worry about it, right? So false. Now more than in the past. That is not true. This is completely false. The children in society now are more overweight and obese than in years past. 30% of children and youth are now considered overweight or obese. This number is alarming when you consider the risk it plays on their heart at such a young age. Recall in our last video where the age of the heart was not the same age as the individual, depending on how well they take care of it. So when our children are overweight or obese, it ages their heart. Today, more than ever, or even more, the children are more sedentary too. only about 20% of youth get the recommended 60 minutes a day of physical activity. In some communities, nearly half the children interviewed reported spending at least 4 hours a day on television. These are concerning statistics when you consider that it is, again, another risk factor for CVD later in their life. As a parent, helping make small changes in our homes can help to lower our children's risk for future CVD. These are some ideas to help see how making a few regular changes in our home can help to improve your children's health. Picking better foods and getting our children moving more will help them learn these habits for a better life. Let's start today by making a goal to change one habit in your home. So I'll give you a minute to write down on the papers that are being distributed now. And I just want you to think about maybe something on this list that maybe that you want to change today, something you want to change in your home and for your children and for you. Make it something that you can achieve. Make it something that is doable, that you can actually get done. List ways you can accomplish that goal, like writing down some fruits and vegetables that you know your family enjoys, and get those on your shopping list for next time you go to the store. So I'm just going to give you guys just a little time to write that down. Okay, so hopefully you've had a minute to get a goal down, and I want you to turn to the person on your right and tell them your plan. And maybe if they tell you something that you're like, oh, I can do that too, you could add that to your goal. Okay, so now you guys have had a chance to share your goals with each other. So I just want to close by reiterating that what we went over. We talked about cardiovascular disease and what it is and how it affects our heart and our brain and our whole body, our overall whole body and our whole health. We also talked about things that increase our risk for heart disease, including sedentary lifestyle, our diet, and if we can help to learn how to reduce those risks by choosing better things in our lives, that we can help our children and our lives to in our own lives, to be better. So I want to thank you for listening. And also, if you have an interest in getting your children moving through a free after-school dance program, please visit our website to sign up at don'tmissabeat.org. You will see the website listed on the bottom of the paper that you wrote your goal on. So you can take that home with you and you can take a look at it and go to the website and let us know if you're interested in signing your child up. We would love to see them there, and hopefully they can learn that through dance and through exercise that they can have that healthy heart that we hope they all have. Thank you again for listening.